You've clicked something that told you it was going to be boring. Good job. Now comes the hard part though. You gotta actually watch it. Try to be patient and stick with this video. I promise you it's worth it if you give it a chance. Okay, so here's the idea. Jennifer Roberts, an art history professor at Harvard, famously has her students pick a painting and then stare at it for 3 hours. It's a lesson in focusing, or in discovering how much there is to an image if we allow ourselves to actually take it in. Modern life is an assault of visual information, and we cope with that assault by essentially compressing every impression into a very surface summary of what we're looking at. In our minds, we deliberately strip everything of detail and depth, and after a second or two, we've thrown away that image and we're hungry for the next. In the process, I think we're relegating ourselves to a life void of wonder. Part of what great artists do is find ways to remain in wonder about the world around them. And so this is where I want to invite you to the joyous project of being an artist. And I believe that project begins and ends with training yourself to truly see. And that means we have to override the mechanism in our brains that shouts at us to hit next or skip. And we have to stay with one thing. And we're going to do that right now, you and I, together. In fact, we already started. The camera is going to stay here. So I'm giving you something easier than a painting, and we're going to do this for 10 minutes rather than 3 hours. And I'm going to help you on your way here by giving you some things to ponder as you look at this moving image. This is an amphitheater overlook as part of the High Line, an elevated park built on an old New York City railroad spur. And so on the surface, what we've got here is a few people sitting down and looking at traffic. But I want to start by pointing out some interesting formal things that are happening here. So the formal elements of an image refer to things like line, shape, color, and composition. And something I've always thought is so smart and interesting about this place is that this is structurally really like a frame or multiple frames in a gallery. We are viewers looking at this image of moving traffic inside these frames, but also we are the subjects inside the frames for people down there looking up at us. So this is a two-way portal in a way. There's something really interesting about being both the observer and the observed within this framework. Notice the rhythmic patterns in the metalwork at the top. Look into the frame and notice that there's an active construction site on the left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys working. Maybe not feverishly, but they are working. In front of that, notice the traffic lights hanging askew, and over on the right side of the image, a sign pole is equally crooked. On the far right, near that artichoke sign, is a window AC unit, and under the AC is a metal bracket propping it up. Somebody had to install that bracket. Artichoke Basil's Pizza. What a weird name. Basil. Is that related to basil, or is it just some guy's name? Notice the leaves falling or rustling along the wooden benches every now and then. As people leave and enter the frame of our image, think about what might be just outside the frame. Any picture is as much about what's in it as what's outside it. And think about what lives outside this moment in time as well. What happened to this guy 10 minutes ago? What's he up to an hour from now? Each of the people here have full lives brimming with love and problems and bills to pay and toys to play with and divorces to go through and planes to catch and jobs to do and nails to paint and food to cook and emails to write and fathers to mourn and tests to take and TV shows to watch and surgeries to endure and therapists to see and videos to film and faucets to fix and shoes to buy and miles to run and hair to wash. You could watch any person here and see a whole world. You got a good 6 or 7 minutes left. I know this is hard, but I'm gonna shut up now and leave you to it. I believe you can do this, so stay with it, really look at this and think your own thoughts as you let this scene wash over you. Lose yourself in all its ordinary splendor. And I'll talk to you at the end of the video about the point of all this. Alright, you made it all the way through. Great job. You're one of very few. Thanks so much for doing this with me. This video flies right in the face of every YouTube convention where the name of the game is being loud and flashy to keep the viewer's attention. So I really appreciate your patience, and I hope you found this relaxing and meditative and maybe even a little bit of a revelation. Please let me know what you noticed and what that made you think of. I really think that a lot of joy can be excavated by simply slowing down and truly taking in the world in front of you. And I think there's also possibility for real insight and innovation and creativity when you stop plugging every hole of boredom with something bright and flashy and instead go deep with what's already there in front of you. The world is infinitely rich, even the world where you are. Not to be too guru-like, but find the profound in the mundane and life will start looking a lot more interesting to you. And when you're interested in the world on a deeper level, you yourself become more interesting as well. If you're an artist or a creative person, that'll serve you well. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2024, very early in 2024, with more videos on art and culture and design and illustration and animation and anything else creative and interesting. Thanks so much for watching.